welcome back, Arise, and welcome back to the Casey King Empire. It's your boy Casey King, and today I'm joined again by my cousin Tanaka Ace over here.
Hi there, how's it guys? It's always good featuring KC Empire, helping your brother out and sharing some ideas.
Yeah. So today, before we start with this video, I just wanna say, for you guys who are watching this video and are not subscribed, why are you wasting time, man? Like, this is a joyride, we all together on this. We all going into the same direction. We all climbing up the same mountain. So for those, I know I check on my YouTube studio, right? And I check it and I see how many of y'all guys are viewing that aren't subscribed. So please, guys, subscribe. I'm sure we could have been to 100 or 200 by now. If I think it's 50 something of you guys, 50%, 50 something, over 50% of you guys that watch this that aren't subscribed. I welcome you guys. The family welcomes you guys. The empire welcomes you guys. We all a family. We all growing. I mean, we outside today. We just natural life. You'll see this realistic version of ourselves. Like, it's real. So for those who are not subscribed, subscribe. And for those of you who are subscribed, just continue to like, comment, and share. It's always a pleasure to hear from you guys whenever we do things. And, features, shout outs will be done after we get to a certain point. Like, I will never forget you OGs, the one that were here since day one. I know you guys. But guys, if you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Because we are growing and we can do this. We can do magic together. Like, your input are good. Just follow me on Instagram. Just keep the ideas coming. And now let's get to this video Okay, so today's video, like I said, is gonna be a very deep one, I guess, relatively, because we'll be talking about destiny and just life in general and how destiny affects us and everything like that. Because there's a lot going on in this world right now. There's some unsure things, and there's some big dramas going on in America. There's some big dramas going on just like everywhere in the world. So we're just focusing on destiny right now. We're just gonna give our own opinions. We're gonna talk about life and all of that. So just stay tuned
I'll
for
try
everything.
not to be so philosophical.
Yeah.
I know destiny is one of those topics, but like I don't know, you're like into it. It gets you into the feelings. You kind of like wanna think about things.
I know, man. So like, we're not gonna really be going like deep in philosophy, but we can go deep. Like, I'm a very deep person. He's a very deep person. I'm pretty sure I learned how to be deep from this man. But I'm deep on my own level. But like I said, we're talking about life and destiny, just hashing out like world issues going on around the world today. So just stay tuned and let's get it right now. So, what's up? What's destiny to you, man? Like, what's destiny to you, bro? I know how you're destiny.
That's quite a broad question to ask. Like, what's destiny? I believe everyone has his own way of thinking what destiny is. I mean, if you guys were to comment in the section below when I say what's the definition of destiny, probably we'll hear like at least 20 or more different views of destiny. But honestly, I think if we add all these things together, we'll always come back to one point. What I would like to call the original definition of destiny. So personally, before I go so much, I just believe destiny is what your life ought to be.
Okay.
That's my definition of destiny for starters.
Okay, so for me, I feel like, destiny, like you said, is like something that's written already. Like, you know how they say destiny is already written in the stars.
Oh yeah.
So everything in your life that's meant to happen is meant to happen. And even though you can say, I'm creating my own destiny, by you saying that and you making your choices in life, it already probably predetermined. Or maybe they're saying, what I feel like destiny is like you make your choice, and then destiny already has a way to like let's say if you choose left and right, it already knows if you go left, this is gonna happen. If you go right, this is gonna happen. That's how I feel destiny.
But then when you perceive destiny like that, I'm sure some people somewhere they'll think, does that mean I can't control my own destiny? I with pertaining to the issue of controlling your own destiny, really, I feel as if the two ways you can do. Obviously, one, it's something you can do for yourself. Remember, my destination of destiny, I said destiny is something you ought to be.
Yeah.
So let's say you see yourself in this picture or doing this, and you see you're not doing this, and or you're not doing something towards that. There's a positive conduct you can do for yourself. Like I need to push this through my destiny. I need to sacrifice this and that for me to attain my destiny. And then another way, I think it comes to your religious perspective or something to do with your inner conscience. You know, I always believe there's a master creator over there, the one who controls everything, like the writer of although we are the writer of our own destinies, right? But then there's that mother nature or the universe. So I believe you can always, that's when, listen, when you say you're a deep person, I'm sure when you're deep, you philosophize or you tend to think. But there's always that inner person, you know, it's like the universal, which characterizes everything. For me, I feel as if that's the way you can like kind of control your destiny.
Okay, I feel you. I understand that. Like I'm getting you. I'm understanding the link between that. But let's talk about how about other people's destinies, right? Like, you know, people who are poor right now. What if they were meant to change the world? Why are they poor? Like, why do they die poor when they're meant to be rich? You know, like I'm sorry to bring religion to all non-religious subscribers. Like I'm a religious guy, so I'm gonna just ask, like, let's say, you know how they say God always has a plan for us, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah,
then,
that's true.
if God expects us to be successful and change the world, why did we end up poor or die alone or die like just poor and unsuccessful when for him his plan was for us to be successful? So can you explain that to him? Because you said like it's predetermined, but how can something be predetermined yet somehow we can like change? You know what I'm saying, guys? So
Yeah, I get your point, and it always gets back, like, you know, if you guys have ever heard of the term egalitarianism, like, you know, there should be like an equal distribution of everything in life. Like, if you're supposed to live 40 years, I'm just supposed to live 40 years. If you earn 5,000, I'm also supposed to earn 5,000. Like, we want everything to be equal, but let's be honest, things can never be equal. I think in every sphere of life, if you go to nature, I mean, compare an ant and a lion. Do you think an ant would choose to be an ant or a lion? It's rather opt to be a lion, to be the victor, to be, you know, almost like everything. But unfortunately for us, unequalness is part of life, and I don't think it's fair, we as Christians or we as people, to put God into it, like God is not fair or what, because it's something which is part of a natural distribution, right? So now to your point of, let's say, those poor people and their destinies and rich people and their destinies, or middle class people, like, why are destinies so different? Why do they have a less clear destiny than us? You know what I'm saying? I always think that now goes back to what you're saying. For our destiny, it's written for us, but not for us, right?
Okay.
This thingy, although you might be the original writer of your own destiny, somehow it's already written. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this, and then now, when I always feel as if maybe there are like layers of destiny. In that layer of destiny, honestly, if something is already written, I don't think you can change that. But I wouldn't want to term it fate, because fate is just like totally a different conception of situation. So yeah.
So you're saying fate and destiny are not the same thing?
They're not the same thing, in as much as they might be intertwined. Fate, I think, exists on its own, but these are like two things, but from different worlds. If you get what I can say, fate is just the opposite of destiny, because I believe, like, let's say, no one wants a negative destiny. If as you are writing your destiny, I don't think you're ever choosing to, I don't know, to be like a robber one day, or like to be in a lesser position, but you always want like brighter destination.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's the opposite of fate. Fate is just like totally opposite of fate.
Okay, I understand you. So it's just like some deepish right there, guys. So like I just want to know, like, if you can just go down in the comment section, guys. Go down in the comment section and tell us, are you pro destiny, or what is pro? No, like that thing, you know, are you pro abortion, or
like you pro or you anti? Like, is it pro and anti?
yeah, something like that. Like, are you pro destiny or anti destiny?
Or are you for?
Or wait, just to not like that. Like, do you believe that you guys make the choices and that's what it is, or the choices you made are somehow already written? Like, you just the universe or whoever knows that you gonna make this decision in the situation that you put in, or do you believe that you make your own destiny and whatever? Because like what Tanaka said here, there is a Chinese proverb, right, that says, what does it say?
For our destiny is written by us, but not for us.
You see, like see? So we write our own destiny, but we don't. It's not for us per se.
It's like genuinely not for us.
And I contemplated. He told me this about 2 weeks ago, and I contemplated a lot. Like for these past 2 weeks, I've been going through a journey of self-analysis and thinking like that. And I think I finally have the answer to what I believe that proverb is saying to me. I believe it's saying that like you make your destiny, right? And you live your life, you live through your journey, you do whatever you have to do. However, it's not for you, it's for the future generation. So like you make your own destiny. Like you guys like honestly go out there, make your own destiny. Like I'm not saying somehow like your destiny is now saying you're gonna be poor, so now you're gonna be poor. No, you work hard to what you want and you become successful, you do whatever you want because it's all your choice. However, what I'm saying is, let's like one of my biggest aspirations in life right now, that maybe 20, 30 years from now, I'm able to become so rich that I can build like a home of 1,000,000 rooms and support the poor. That's what I believe in right now. Like, you know how they say our generation, Tanaka generation, we're the change of the future. Even though right now we're all confused, whether technology or not, we are all confused with life. So I feel like, so that's my view of destiny and everything, right? So I feel that after I create my 1,000,000 room home for the poor, after I die, someone has to continue. So my perception of that saying is that you make a choice for your destiny, but your legacy lives on among others, so that for generation and generation and generation to come, your legacy lives on. That's what I believe. That proverb is saying for me, that I create my own destiny, but it's not really for me. It's for everyone to go on.
That's okay. I think that's in relation with the Chinese proverb, for our destiny is written by us, but not for us. Personally, I believe that saying, I feel as if whoever thought of that saying or that proverb, what he was honestly going through, he wanted, like, let's say, to motivate us or whoever his audience was, for them to do the best out of every situation, or to put your effort in your everything, creating your destiny. Because imagine if you know that one day your life, someone is going to see it as a movie or something, or other people are going to read about, let's say the way you read about Galileo, Isaac Newton and stuff. I mean, those guys will always be great. So I feel as if maybe they were motivated by this same thing, like, for our destiny is not written by us, but no, it's written by us, but not for us. So it can like push you as a person, like, I need to write this great destiny. Even who's going to receive it in the later future should benefit something from it. That being said, I always feel also for my destiny is one day to see myself in a position of influential. Because honestly, I always feel like there are a lot of things which need to be changed in our daily lives. Which, okay, I know it's a norm, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard something of like redistributive justice? Is a term like?
No, I'm not there yet.
So it's one of those things I wish, if I'm in a position of influence, I want to change, because I always believe we should be at the same footing in choosing our destinies. No. Yeah. So then at that same end, that's the thing. If I'm in an influential position and I'm able at least like to make sure what I personally believe should be changed, so that everyone can be on equal footing in chasing our destinies. That would be something.
Okay, I understand you, man. I understand. It's just like really like right now, guys. So if in the video it seems like something happened that we like somehow switched up, whatever, it's because we had to pause the video because we had to stop the video, sorry, because they're busy doing some work on the other side of our next door neighbors, sorry, in the garden. They were making on something and building things. So if you hear noises from time to time, it's them who they building whatever they're building in their house. So he just finished his statement, and it was a very big one. I know in the beginning we were talking about like America and stuff like that. Right now there's a really big not controversial. It's just upright unjust situation like going on in America with like the whole police brutality and racism. Like with new um the new guy who just got brutally murdered by police.
This thing apparently been trending every day. Well, I always feel, yeah, this issue of racism. It's one of the things which affect our destinies. It's one of those things. I believe, yeah, that part of life means redistributive justice, but also things like racism is your state of mind, really.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, we're not born racist. You choose to be racist at the end of the day. So
Yeah, that's true. That's just like I said there with that guy in America, and how racism is very big around the world. No matter where you go, honestly,
true.
there's always gonna be racist people, and it's just really sad to what extent, like in America, what's happening, how racism is such a big extent in America right now, and it just shows how life is kind of crazy, guys. Like, why is life racist? Like, why can't we all live in harmony, like as it goes? But I guess it's like I don't want to term it and justify racism because it's wrong, because it's causing the murder of millions and millions of black people and other races, obviously. I believe that racism is like it's for some reason through, if you look at it as at a sociological point of view, it's as if it's like ingrained entwined, ingrained in us. I don't know, embroidered. I don't know what the name is, what the word is. But like, it's just in our mentality. Like, people have lived across the centuries and the decades and the millennia to believe that racism is somehow okay. And as much as us, like good people, can fight it, it's always going to be bad people in the world. So it's like some kind of stupid, unjust balance of nature. I'm not trying to justify racism. I'm not, guys. Really, like I'm not a racist person. He's not a racist person. We all love our races, but there's just some people out there that have lived a life of, we are going to be racist. Like, their parents put it in them, and their parents put them, and their parents put them.
It's just taught in them, and then it becomes.
And it's just weird. And it's
It all goes back to stereotypes, and these deep, like the many things people believe in society. So these things, but some of the things, white people they see, I'll try not to sound racist and everything. People they experience these things as they're growing up, and then they just ought to be. It just comes within you. Ever seen like why most like people they see white people is like gods and everything? Because it's just how they were glorified in movies and everything. So it's just a war system which needs to be changed.
exactly, yeah. Like, that's why I said in my earlier comment, we are the change of the future. Like, our generation should change it, honestly, because this whole mentality of like we are all different is a bunch of bull. Because if you take away the skin, we all the same. There's no such thing as like when you go under the skin, white people have like maybe white flesh or something like that. It's not the truth. We all have red. We all bleed. We all do everything the same. We all work the same. We all function the same. It's just the difference. I mean, like, all fruits are fruits, but they all look different. I mean, that's how it looks like. There's no middle ground. There's no middle what, guys. So I just felt like we should really bring that up in that topic, because like right now with this whole lockdown thing and this whole craziness, it's crazy how everything is just rising. I mean, think about like right here in South Africa, like gender-based violence has gone up, and arrests and everything, and it's just like, why is this causing?
I don't know. You start to doubt life.
Like, why are people
demotivate.
going mad in this world right now? It's just crazy. Yeah.
It's I get it. It's I always believe as a person, right? If you see this element, in you, in your heart. Like the world, it is what it is, and it's going to take time to change. So in whatever you do, right, just try to, at the end of the day, be a good person, be kind above all. I feel like that's the universal spirit of humanity. Be kind, like the concept of Ubuntu and everything. After you do that, just look above anything else. Just like, okay, this is it. Face it as it is. You don't need to take sides. So there's there are a lot of these things, which make you question those things. But just love everyone the same.
That's so true, man. That's true. Love is the only way to like make it. Like they say, love makes the world go round. Well, it's time to show that like love can actually make an impact, because right now I don't feel like people love each other as much as they should be doing, and that's the thing, learn other different cultures,
It has become
understand.
artificial. Like nowadays, love is now just artificial. Like just instead of being for like I don't know 2-3 months, and then it's just
It's no longer a
so,
feeling.
yeah, it's
Like
it's now artificial. It's just the times.
yeah, like people out here be like, I love this person after a week of knowing them, but love does not develop over a week or 2 months.
It's almost like we are abusing the term. Like
That's true.
it's-
That's true, guys. I mean, I have a notion, like I've never been in love.
like
I
everyone
said,
just defines the fluctuation in
Yeah.
love.
like you say I love you. I've said I love you. I won't even lie. I've said I love you and I've meant it. But I've never been in love. I have a thing in my head right now. Like I have a philosophy in my head. Like I would do certain things at a certain point in my relationship, and right now the whole love thing has not been there. I feel like if you date someone for over a year, then you can say it started to be love because it's real and you see yourself in the future with that person. But it's not love if you've dated someone for 6 months, 9 months, 10 months, 2 months, 3 weeks. It's not love. It's just, I say it's lust, infatuation. It's the
Okay.
feeling inside of you that just like the hormone that's just released. But it's a special. I didn't say. I'm not saying it's not love, but it's just a connection. Like the strong feelings are there, but you cannot call it love until you can maybe say you've reached a barrier. But that's just my opinion, guys. Like my thing is like after a year, if I've dated you or whatever for more than a year, or like from a year onward, then I see something very serious in you, and that strong connection is actually love. But I've never been in that situation because I've never dated anyone for more than a year, and I guess that's just how fate has had it for me, because I'm still waiting for that person I can say I wanna marry you and or do things with you and date you for a year, and after I've dated them for more than a year, and so that's just my opinion on what the feeling of love and everything is.
In on that topic, really, for me, okay, someone I agree with you, but you know the thing. Let's say when you give an example of like 2-3 months, that it's not love, but love is like after a year or so. The thing now is, love is, what's this term? Love is reciprocal. Like it's a two-way street. In that 2-3 months, I might be genuinely giving you like my whole love, loving something, but it's only me just putting the effort. So in that same manner, you can't dismiss that thing of 2-3 months. I'm sure you've had people you've been in love with for those 2 to 6 months, but they leave you. So you can't say you weren't feeling love.
Yeah.
They were the ones who weren't in love, but you were in love. So
Yeah.
love is just, I don't know. It's like that automatic pattern. When it's praised, things they just flow. It just happens. But what always true is like when it comes to love, I know you tend to think with the heart, not with your brains. And it's just something you can't dismiss. I mean, it always happens, but at least try to think with two, other than relying on one. Because you think with two, I'm sure, trust me, you reach a rational decision on everything you do pertaining to love. Like everything just goes.
So like guys, like I said, what's your definition of love, guys? I mean seriously, like we all here, we all giving our opinion. It's a very open YouTube channel, guys. We're not here. We tackle the controversial issues of the world. Like that's gonna be more of the focus for the future. Right now, it's just like to focus on the controversial roles of what's going on in the world. and the issues that we can just be able to change slowly but surely. But also, like, okay, we're still doing the same thing, having fun or whatever, but sometimes you gotta sit down and think to yourself, like, what is there left? Like, what can we do to be able to change everything? And that's the thing. So, like, what's your definition of love, or what's your take on love? Because, I mean, in my opinion, like, let's say in the past 3 months, someone dated 3 people, and then they say they were in love with that person. But I mean, they've had a relationship maybe one month, 1 month, 1 month. That's not love, right? It's infatuation.
Yeah, those, I don't know, I've always feel there's...
We'll be back when the noise has stopped.
So yeah, I always feel as if in that situation of 3 months, like 3 different people, 3 feelings of love. Yeah, we cannot classify it as love, but it's love in its own sense. That's like maybe the fake love. Okay, that's like the fake love, but it's what love is just fake. So there's the difference between those two. One of it, it's blurry. It's what you're thinking. Like what you're thinking with your feelings and whatnot at that time.
Yes.
But now this one, the one which is permanent, you don't need to be taught how to express it. It just happens. I'm sure in those 3, whatever, you earned for that love, you try to do things to please, like you would have to think. But with the original love, things just go. Take it like the love for your mother, the love for your father. Also, it's familiar love. It's serious when you love someone for that. It just manifests itself. You don't have to be told. It just happens. It just happens.
Yeah, it's something that happens, guys. So, wait, are you saying, do you believe you've been in love? Like, do you believe you've honestly, genuinely been in love? Let's tell the people, have you ever been in love, man?
Okay, when it comes to me, to be honest, like he said, right, I'm one of those people when let's say I've seen a relationship is worth investing into, right? I convince myself this is it, or I have to work for it. So by repeating the same idea, I've already grew a seed of love in me. Saying I want this to go. So yes, I've felt for certain people that cut that, if you get what I'm saying, like that thing in me, and then I think I want to call that love 3 times, although things never go so well, although, and then I always keep hoping maybe one day it goes well, but then at least I've lived it in, like, I've kind of like lived it in my imaginary tasting whatever. So yeah, I think I've felt love.
You felt love?
I've been, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, bro. I mean, I can't. That's money. I said, he said to me that the other day, like, I am too young to feel love. Like, I'm not supposed to say I've felt love or I've met the one. Even though sometimes I believe I've met the one, but at my age, I don't feel like. According to him, he said, I don't, I can't say I have found the one because I haven't experienced enough in life to say that I have found the one. So maybe that's the case. Maybe that's not. Yeah, but the sun is hitting today, guys. Or the glow.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to what you're saying, actually, yeah, I know. When I said you haven't felt love, I was taking into consideration, like, I know you, I know your journey, I know your everything, right? So I'm like, bro, if you're saying you feel love or you feel for someone, there's still another part of life you haven't felt, or some things you haven't do, which will make you change your perceptions about love or anything. So love is not something you're quickly to conclude, like, wow, this is love. Because if the question you asked me, were like, if I ever felt like, if I would tell you like my grade life from grade 7, I would say, wow, I felt love 20 times or so. Because now, if you're going to see, now when you understand what's love, when you're going to look at your previous relationship, you're going to see, wow, this wasn't love. When you look back at those things, that's the same picture I was giving you when I looked at my relationships in grade 7, first year, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, first year is so close, but grade 7 and grade 12, so yeah, so I always feel that it's going to come to a time, love is just going to be a thing you're going to know in and out through experiences, the experiences you have gone through and everything. those are going to tell you what is love. That's where you're going to know, like, let's say, they talk about love languages. Yeah, so that I was saying, that you when you've through past experience, that's when you now know what is love, like what you ought to do, how you express your love, like the five language things come into expecting everything, even sacrifices. I mean, if you're looking even to look at great love stories like the Romeo and Juliet, what is it? The Titanic, whatever, those ones, you think it's because of the experience they went through, which made them to see their love is, this bold, great thing. You know what I'm saying? For Shakespeare, I don't know, it was the hate and everything, and then for Titanic, it was classes and everything. You get what I'm saying? So love, the true love, always comes with experiences. That's my view, honestly. It comes with experiences. I mean, after all, experience is the best teacher of everything in life.
Do you know what I just realized? I just realized something. Oh, guys. I just think, how you said, like, there's something always joining, like, people in terms of, like, lovers and people who fell in true love. Like, like the Romeo and Juliet, there was hate that was joining them between their families. And let's say the Titanic, it was classism. There's classism, and they were like, but they got together and they were able. I mean, like, every time you fall in love, there has to be a certain, like, issue or impact that joins you two together.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even if you look at it like university, like, maybe there's a problem of, like, let's say you're a fourth year in your final year, and then you date a first year student. That's like an age gap. But it's still joining you guys together. But it can be age gap. It could be something. There's gonna be something between you two, you and your partners, that would join you guys, and then you can call it love, and you say you fell in love because you went through the problems and you over. And I just realized that
it's always rooted from something, like, I don't know. It's universal, but it's not always with the stories. Some people, they might want to argue about love at first sight. Like, I don't know, but there's when you talk of love at first sight, there's always that overlying thing which brought you together to that first sight thing. So you gotta say there's always a root, like a mini seed, a drop in it, of what you're saying, which connects the two of you together.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Oh, so guys, I don't know. I wish you could go on, but I don't know how long this video will be. Honestly, we'll probably post a part 2 sometime next week. I'll continue this discussion, tackling controversial topics. But stay tuned for the other videos that are coming before this part 2. This is just part 1. Obviously, we're just talking about destiny and how it is and how life changes. I mean, seriously, guys, like, oh my God, I wish I could change some facts in my destiny, guys.
Some things, I don't know. Once written, it's already written, right?
Nah,
that's why there's always tomorrow. I always remember this. It's a quote I heard from my upper 6 teacher. It's very simple, like, it's in simple English, like, beyond the dark clouds, the sun still shines. And no use of sophisticated language, whatever. And no matter how dark clouds are, when it's raining or whatever, there's thunderstorm, but always know beyond those clouds, the sun is there. It's like today, the sun is still shining, and these things, they don't stay forever. They just go.
Every cloud has a silver lining. that's the thing.
Like,
it's just a deep thing. But I was just, like, wondering, like, guys, I've made some choices in my life, and I wish, like, not like I hadn't made them, because obviously, like, let's say friendships, there's some people I've chosen to be my friends, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And then they get sometimes I wish, like, what if I didn't choose to be their friend? What would have happened, and how would it have played about? Like, let's say if I chose not to be their friend and we started dating or something like that, and something went wrong, maybe we would not have want nothing to do with them in our lives. So okay, like I said, I was talking about how we like, I made some choices and whatever. So, like, would it have affected it differently if I didn't decide to make them my friend? And that's how I said, like, right now I can say officially, for the last, like I told you this morning, this is the last time you ever hear me say this, that officially I'm saying I have accepted my fate, all the choices I've made, and how it has impacted my life. That I can say right now, here and now, that I've accepted the position that everyone is in my life, like how you are in my life, like with cousins, whether we close or not, with friends, whether we close or not. But those people who are my friends that I'm close to, I'm thankful for you guys being my friends, and I'm good with that. Even though maybe sometimes I wish I made a different choice, but maybe it wasn't meant to be that way. It was meant to be this way, and I'm glad that this is the way we are going through in life. And like I said, guys, it's just how it is with life and destiny. It just plays a
Yeah,
role.
that's. I always feel with with that decision you've come through into life. I always like to call them obvious situations. It it's now something which has become obvious in your life, so you can't do anything about it. Just make it obvious. Leave it as there. It's obvious. I mean, tomorrow the sun is still going to shine. It's still going to come out. It's something you're never going to change. It's evolving. It's continuous. So, be content. Like, okay, I'm cool with where I am. You know what I'm saying? But then I need to do this or what. So that's a milestone, really.
Yeah, so
Something
like I said, guys,
I appreciate to that stage you've gotten onto.
yeah, that's how it is, guys. So like I said, I took about 2 weeks to come to this decision, honestly, and that is how it is. Like you gotta take some time to analyze. So guys, just take some time to analyze because this world is really big, and time wasted on thoughts is just you're allowed to think, but don't waste time on thoughts that you know that cannot be changed. So like I said, like there's gonna be a part two to this talk, obviously, but there will be more videos coming. We are going to like keep on dropping those bangers and everything. We're just thinking
Yeah,
deeply, you know what I'm saying, guys? And I'll get, like I said, like we'll get you in the next video, or I'll get you in the next video, wherever way it goes. We're just here, but this channel is really about talking about the things we can talk deep, and we're gonna talk life, and we're gonna do those things, guys, and just join the journey, join the empire. Like I said, for those who are not subscribed, and if you are new to this channel, push that subscribe button, comment, share, just subscribe, and just join the empire, because this is not the last of it.
always like the video.
It's always like the video, like we on a journey, guys. Like I see, like we could be over 200 right now. The problem is you guys are not subscribing. We could be over 100 by now. We could be over 200. Like I said, we're always saying road to 100. But that's the road that we're not stopping at 100. We want to go to 200. We want to go to 500. We want to go to 1,000. We want to go to a mil. We want to go to 10 million. However long the journey is, we are taking you into that journey of the cake picking empire. The show will not die. It will never die. You'll probably see TANAKA 20 years from now. You'll probably see me 20 years from now. We will all join together, and we'll just move with like exponential rating and everything. So like I said, that's all for now. And just keep on living like your life in this lockdown right now. Just keep your mental strength up, exercise, do whatever you have to do to keep your mentality solid, because we are in this together. It's one world after all, one love, one heart, the great Bob Marley used to say.
Yeah, one love. Let's be together.
So and just be alright, guys. So just leave that like, comment, share, and subscribe, and go follow him on his Instagram. Go follow me on my Instagram. Give me any ideas. I'd like to hear your thoughts on any problem that you guys have. If you have anything you'd like me to discuss on this channel, we can do it. We are open to anything. We are open to doing everything and anything. Just not like just to not like to connect more and bring everyone together. Because like I said, we are all one. We all live and we all different, but we are all the same.
All the same. That's true.
So I'll get you guys back in the next video, and just keep on living and loving life. Thank you for the conversation. See you in part 2, maybe.
Part 2, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see you in the part 2. Thank you, guys. Peace.